Comrades, I greet you. I am Admiral Andre, and it's time to continue our campaign with Turkey. Yes, I saw a few comments based on the last episode. My budgeting skills are quite inferior, I must admit. We are standing currently at 38,336 with our debt, and I'm afraid this is not looking good. But one thing that I'm very glad to have learned is that we will get a notification before going bankrupt. So at least there is that one sort of safety net where I can say, now we've gone too far and we must stop immediately. But of course I don't want us to get into that position, and we should turn around this as soon as possible. So I'm thinking, unfortunately, we still have this moon colonization happening. Luckily we have already invested in this as we ended the last episode, but I would think there's maybe 1 or 2 or even 3 more sessions there. But once this is done, that's it. We have to. I know this is so difficult for me because I'm so tempted, because it's not my own physical money, so I just want to keep spending, you know. That's the big thing. I guess that's my big challenge for this campaign. So let's kick it off right away and just go through all of the events here while things get going. There seems to be now a new UN Council here, Security Council members, Mexico and Indonesia. What was the last one? I can't remember. Was Australia not in here? Well, we're a bit far away from getting into this council ourselves, so I guess it's not really that relevant yet. Anti-warmonger, so on, foreign aid, R&D and so on. Well, they've just got their existing laws there, or initiatives. Let's see, almost done with Economy Modernization 5. We've got 458 income now. Let's see if that changes. It's going down a bit based on the economy. Does it go up now? We should see a bit of extra growth there. Let me just get a quick overview of our tasks here again. Improve your total GDP to 2027. What is it right now? 1745. I think we've slipped a bit there with all of the negative GDP growth that we've seen in the last few episodes. So unfortunately this goal still remains a bit far away, but I don't want to resign it. This is something that will happen over time, but I don't know. Let's just see what the other ones are. We still have to pick the financial sector supremacy project. I'm not sure if we can do that right now. I know that's a very expensive project as well, but it's something we must do. And then finally, our country could use some general improvement. We need to introduce the reservist supply centers project. Could I actually just have a look where that is? That's the next one in this chain. So I think this is what we do next, because we're waiting now for an empty slot anyway, and the maintenance for this is only 6, and the costs, we can almost cover that. So unfortunately that means we're going to have to run for a little while without a project there, but that's okay. And of course then the moon thing is happening again, so for that I can take out a bit more debt. Oh well, I guess it doesn't matter where we spend it, debt is debt. Let's just get this thing going. Hey, debt. Okay, wait a minute. What's happening here in Georgia? We're still looking to make friends with them. Would you like to open a new consulate in our country? This would help our mutual communication. Absolutely. Your timing is not great because we don't really have the money, but I want to do this anyway. Can we invite them again? Relations are not good enough. I can improve it. It only costs 17, but let's just wait till we have 17 in the bank there. I'm not investing in this disease thing because it doesn't affect us anyway. Stock exchange has been opened by Russia, and unfortunately that means now we're gonna lose even more income. I have to kick them out. Oh man. 90 days. Now we see the timer for this thing. I don't know what happened in the last episode there, but luckily it's only 3 months, and then of course the other one as well. And I'd like to see if we could sabotage Russia, but that's going to cost a bit more money now again. You see, everything costs money. 220. Okay, that's not too bad. Let's just wait a little bit. I see the income there is dropping and dropping and dropping. It's of course the world economy again. At least we're still number 6, but we still miss out on all of the benefits there. World economy, yep, it's tanking again. It seems we're very much tied to the world economy. I suppose that's one of the drawbacks of having a, very open, financially based economy. No, we're going to start seeing zero. Oh man, negative growth. There we go. This is so bad. Every time this happens, we go into negative territory again. Fight the disease. Canada was generous there. Thank you for Canada, I guess, and France and some others as well. 500 score though. This money thing, I don't know. If we ever do another campaign, which I would like to do at some point, I'm going to have to be so much more careful that we just make sure that we don't get into the same trouble again. Loan taken. Hopefully that gives us the edge with the moon. Did we get it? I think we did. Yep, we did. Okay, one thing. That's 100 score for us, and we're 4th place. That certainly helped a lot there. We get the moon. Fantastic. Thank goodness there. So Turkey has the great benefit of now being able to settle the moon. And relations with the whole world, that's not really relevant. It's only 2 there. And we change the culture as well. The UK is just behind us there, but sad for them now. Let's just close and see what we actually got out of the moon. Resources-wise, 20 and 37 minerals. It helps, so, it's not a great deal. We still have to develop the moon, but it's something. I guess that's another thing with these new territories. They're not really useful if you don't invest in them. And so the next gen city will increase the province GDP there and the population as well. And there was another one, the advanced industries. And of course the mining for the minerals. We have to do all of these things, but they cost so much. 7,000 for that one. 15,000 and so on. So I don't think we need to compete for any other space territories right now or in the foreseeable future, because there's no real point if we're not going to be developing it. And I know that was the thing with South Africa. I never really really built up all of the moons and planets and so on. But hey, there's the moon. Turkey gets the moon, so immediately we become an interstellar power there. Well, interplanetary power. I shouldn't get ahead of myself there. Unfortunately, it doesn't do much for our GDP yet. Hey, so many countries, including the US, are now in the hit list here. So I'm thinking the UN is probably going to abandon that resolution at some point, this warmonger thing, because almost all of its members there, China, Russia, the US, they're all in trouble. So what next? Let's see. We still have an unused stock slot, so we can put that into action now. India, maybe. Yes, definitely. They're still fighting it out there, but that should be a very good partnership for us, and we certainly have the action points. So there we go. Immediately a big source of money for us. Now what's happening? They are about to lose this war with China, so we might see the country break up again. Oh well, we'll see. Now the other thing was I wanted to improve relations with Georgia and just see if they can be convinced to join us again. Elections can always be used as a good excuse to make some changes in the structure of national companies. This way we can keep things under control. Change CEOs or keep the current ones and use their experience. I think we should use the ones that will give us more experience. Sometimes we have to make the choice that will actually help the country. So what next? So many things happening here. The tasks thing. That's at least happening there, but we need to start paying off this debt. Now at least I don't have to compete in any other, even undersea bases. That's fine, we can do without it. We've got the moon there. I mean, that's a whole world in itself. Sector regulations have been completed, and let's see, what else? I've got just to have a look at the tasks again. So we'll get a new one once this one is done. Improve GDP, choose your destiny. How much does it cost to choose destiny? Supremacy, this is the one I want. It costs almost 9,000. I can't support that much debt. The stock market income plus 25% is such a tempting target, but we can't do it. So let's just find something else that will hopefully not cost too much. Here's a plus 30 score, but that costs a lot anyway. This one is not bad. 700. I'm gonna do this now. 500 more debt, but the score, that's useful. So now we start paying off the debt. Hopefully. Success! Georgia, will you join this exclusive club here? Gay Pride. Someone applied to organize a gay pride march through town. Do we give them the permit? Well, here's now the thing, because previously I said we're going to take a religious turn here in trying to rebuild the Ottoman Empire, which is of course completely at odds with this. But then again, we're taking a more modern avenue now, so I'm thinking we're going to allow this. This is going to cause a revolution probably, but it's a bit less unhappiness. So in real life, I don't know if you would have less unhappiness by saying yes. You would probably have more in Turkey, but I'm a revolutionary, so we're going to say yes. Now, what's the next target? 56 money is not enough to even pay off anything. Elections again. No, we'll just accept. Diplomacy, can we invite you? 74, 78, we still need a bit more. I can't even afford to help them right now, so we're just going to have to wait till some money accumulates again. Mashriq wants help rebuilding with their GDP growth, but they can just go jump in a lake. Maybe some other time, like never. We're still going to target them. And it's very possible here, somebody made that comment a long time ago, that maybe Mashriq is not actually ISIS itself, but some kind of successor state that sort of tries to put things together. I know there was still a Syria here somewhere, but of course Mashriq took them over. But in any case, they're totalitarian, so they are bad guys no matter who they are. I'm sure there's some ISIS elements in there anyway. 3% chance to leave by Armenia, so we have to do something about that. Only 14 to improve relations, and it's always worth doing. Let's see, the UAE is still happy. Can we invest in you? Yes, we can. What about Azerbaijan? I think we should keep doing these investments, even though I keep forgetting about them. That's the one advantage of having several partners. Costa Rica left Mexico, and we took some loans, and there was something happening with El Salvador. China and India are still going at it. Improve, so Armenia is happy again. Can we now invest with you? So if these do pay out, I'm going to take the money and just pay the debt down a little bit. We've got enough action points right now. The US has been degraded, and so has Indonesia, so let's work on that relationship, and we can also get another one. Now Russia I still haven't sabotaged, but let's just see if there's somebody else who's worthy. Australia, I'm sure we could get a bit of money out of them. These initial values are not always indicative, because that's before you improve the relationship. South Korea, 7, that's not bad at all. France maybe? I know the Ottoman Empire and France in the old days, this is now the 1500s, they used to be good partners and actually had an alliance there. So maybe we can rebuild that alliance. I think so. Let's try anyway. You see, it still says available slot 0. I don't know what's going on here, because clearly we have the action points and there is a blank slot. So I say add market and it just keeps saying 0 slots. No matter where I click, that must be some sort of a bug there. I don't know. Or maybe we don't really have another slot available, it's just there by error. Anyway, I'll try doing that again, because there's no notification here either to say that we have another blank slot. That must be some bug there, but anyway, we do have the largest stock market there. Financial pyramid. The financial pyramid has fallen. Government investors are demanding compensation. If I ignore them, we'll have a bit of unhappiness here. We have 2% now. I think we can rather have the unhappiness. I don't want to spend this money now. Political system changed. We're a democracy again. What do you know? We're finally free from the oppression of the usurper. Now the people and only the people will determine the future of this country. Would you like to learn more? No, I always keep saying okay, even though I don't want to learn about it. But it's fine. So there we actually get more deficit before going bankrupt. So maybe it's not a bad thing at all. Rule of the majority and so on and so on. I think for now it's fine. We can't make wars while we're trying to get rid of this debt anyway. And, well, one of our investments succeeded with the UAE. So I want the money, please. Thank you very much. China has a high warmonger, so they took something from India, or they imposed something, I'm sure. Failure with Azerbaijan, unfortunately. Yep, there we go. We've seen another split with India. I was expecting that, because that was the same thing China did last time in South Africa with the Indian War. So Assam is now a new country. Well, that's unfortunate, but I think the financial center of India, what is that, Mumbai, is still part of India, so we should still get a lot of money from them. Our investment was a huge success with Armenia, so I'll take the money again, thank you, and immediately pay it to our creditors. Pay debt. Turning right from the brink of disaster. Now we have an unused stock slot. Yes, there it is, 1. Strange, maybe the counter wasn't working properly, or I don't know. But yes, let's try France again. We'll try rebuilding that ancient relationship there. And welcome to the block, or the financial block anyway. We have 30% of the share of the world's stock trading happening. Spain is number 2. Hey, there's South Africa, 2%. I guess it's just South Africa alone there. Maybe we can try creating some sort of a relationship with them. That would be interesting, for old time's sake. Jamaica left Mexico's block, and Austria, peace between China and India. Okay, doesn't seem like there's much else there. Georgia, are you willing? Don't have the cost yet. We'll wait. We'll be a bit more conservative right now. Is there anything we could do with a block though? Maybe there would be something. We're already using a common currency there. And we have unified offices. Army structures. Relations cost. I'm still not totally clued up on this relations cost thing. I think it hurts our relationship by 7 if we implement this, which of course would make them more likely to leave the more things that you add here. But they're all pretty good. I mean, Armenia and the UAE are both almost 100, while Azerbaijan is 80. Maybe we could do political integration. Unionize the legal system and assert a centralized common government. Now, I'm not sure if that means that we actually join physically with them into one country. I doubt it. It's probably more like a European Union. Because why would you have a relations cost if they become part of Turkey? Should we do this? +6 score. Relations to maintain block. We need at least a 78. That's going to be quite difficult because that means Azerbaijan will drop by 8. So we're going to have to keep improving relationships there. Maybe I'll leave this for now. Once Georgia joins in, then we can do it, because it's going to be nearly impossible to get them to join if we have such a high maintenance for the block anyway. Just want to see, is there anything else happening? Any offers, any deals? Come on, Donald Trump, we must channel him, king of the deal. What? Russia, oh, I even forgot about this, that the US and Russia were at war. So this is basically the Cold War's worst nightmare. And now the US was nuked here. The US is winning though, which is what I predicted, I think, in the previous episode. So that's probably why the Russians use the nuke now. Which is, I think, probably what would happen in a real-life war. Like if the Cold War actually became hot. I think probably at the first phase of the war there would have been more conventional fighting, but when the one side starts losing, they're more willing to use nukes because they're going to lose anyway. Well, I'm not worried because Russia's going to lose that one, and since we're a democracy now, we're sort of siding with the US, and they're anyway a partner of ours in the stock market, while Russia is no more, so let Russia lose them. Just seeing something here with Mongolia. We want to introduce higher tariffs. No, we're not going to do this because we lose 20% stock market income, which is devastating. We're never going to allow that. So Mongolia can just hate us for a while. Was it successful? Yes, it was. So the US lost 82 units. My good grief. Seems like Russia still has a chance here. Peace treaty. Immediately they made peace. Now, I still want to know. I want an option like with Europa Universalis or Hearts of Iron, where we can actually see a report. Like, what are they fighting for? And now what happened? I guess it's just a white peace because I don't see any changes here. And they were pretty even still. I guess that nuke made the Americans more amenable to peace. But if I was them, I would have pressed my advantage. So, do we have money to pay? Yes, we do, but we're also in the red again with our GDP growth. Let's drop the taxes a little bit. 40%. I mean, we can't milk the people of every penny. That's just going to create more poverty over the long term. Unemployment is 0 though, so that's fantastic. That is really even, I don't think there's one country in the world that has a 0% unemployment rate, but you know, that's a great thing. Nicaragua left the bloc of Mexico, Panama joined, and China's status has been degraded. Let's just take care of that. So France is now the least. I just want to pause for a moment and look at our relationships with these countries. So we do have ourselves selected now. 57, that's not good enough. Could I improve that? Yes, I can afford it. That will again translate into real dollars and cents for us, and then the rest I can use to pay off the debt again. Hey, 35,000. Denmark stock market, I don't care really. Minor problems, of course that also affects global GDP. Nationalist movements in Peru. Peruvian nationalists are pushing for expansion. Peru has gained northern Chile as their new core province. I think, let's just have a look at Peru. Now that was Bolivia. This part of Chile used to belong to Bolivia before the War of the Pacific. I think that was in the 1800s sometime. Improve relations with France. So, well, it would be difficult to say now, but I think we did get a bit more money out of them. So that's why Bolivia is landlocked there. Didn't used to be, but yes. Anyway, it's Peru now that's got these nationalist movements. Almost have the reservist supply centers, so we'll get the rewards from that. 2,000 action points, 500 money or currency, and 75 score. We've slipped already again to 5th place, so we do need it. What does Turkey use for currency? Isn't it the lira, the Turkish lira, I think? I'm gonna have to look this up. I mean, if I'm playing Turkey, I need to know what I'm talking about. Reservist supply centers. And there we get it. So what's the next one? Oh no! Olympic Games. I will only do this if it doesn't mean more debt. 500. This is a cheaper project than the moon for obvious reasons, so we can do it as long as we don't make debt for that. I'm gonna have to be using some discipline here. Let's just see now. Of course, at the same time we have an empty project slot, so now we need more money. What if we export something? We've got 138 now, and I know this is not an accurate representation because I've never had it where I get to 0 and then we run into problems. It's always before then. Anyway, basic framework for resource exports. Maybe we can do some small exports and get a bit of money out of that. So let's do this. It doesn't create more debt for us. And once that's done, we can try exporting some minerals. Malta is bankrupt. Austria joined the bloc of Germany. New task, main energy source. Let's look at that. Choose your main energy source. Activate either the atomic energy focus, the fossil fuel energy focus, or the green energy focus project. Now, I've mentioned in the past which one I prefer, which is of course the green one, but I think that's also a quite expensive one. Green 1800, fossil 400, and atomic is 1600, so I don't want to do the atomic path. Even though that's what's happening in South Africa today, the government is trying to go down this road now, but it's because they've got some corrupt deals going on and they want to get that money in their own pockets. Green technologies, we have to do that at some point. I'm not going to be tempted by fossil fuels. Come on, it's almost the mid-century here. Okay, it's going to take a while for the export infrastructure to go through. Success with France. Is there anything else on the agenda right now? No, we have to wait for this Olympics thing now. Let's just have a look. Where is the world economy? Asteroid. A stray asteroid crashed on Earth. Thousands have lost their lives. It's the biggest cataclysm of the century, and thank goodness it wasn't on our territory. But now still, we're gonna suffer from that for a year. Russia. It seems Russia always gets the unlucky draw when it comes to asteroids and meteors and things like that, because I know a few years ago there was that video of the what is it, a meteor or a meteorite or an asteroid? Not an asteroid, I think it's a meteor, where it exploded in the atmosphere and shattered all the windows and things. And of course the Tunguska thing as well. Population growth and GDP, oh man. Do we now actually get this, or this is just a forecast? No, we still have to wait 2 more years before we actually get the prize there. Come on, Olympics. 4 more days. We can definitely win this one, I think. And that will be very helpful for our score. Negative growth. Cambodia joined the bloc of Japan. Burma left the bloc of China. So I wonder now, this new country here, what is their lot in life? It's not going to be a very wealthy country, of course. Oh no, this is China. Okay, wait, there's my alarm happening again. No, this is actually China. I thought this was a new country that was created. I know that happened last time, but this was actually annexed by China. Okay, well, that's different then. Very interesting. So, I know this part of India, Assam, the northern part here, is claimed by China, as is Aksai Chin here. But now they end up with all of this. Isn't Calcutta somewhere around here? Well, I'm sure a lot of people will not be happy with that. And I think we'll see them go to war again in the future, perhaps. But yes, I think that'll do it for this episode. I just see India has been degraded now. Let's just fix that. They're still giving us more money than the Americans. But it's always so expensive to improve relations with them. Can't even do that. Actually, let's just go a little bit more and pay for the Olympics again. North Korea, Haiti joined Mexico. North Korea left China, which is never a good idea for them. And India and Pakistan have signed a 20-year non-aggression pact. That's a good thing because obviously India has bigger enemies. Pay the money and then use the last few cents that we have to pay off a bit more debt. Good, so now the new tally is 35,468, so we're getting somewhere. At the end of this series I need to make a graph somehow and show how the debt fluctuated. Of course I won't have the reading for all of them, but for the last few episodes at least I have been noting that. So yes, that will do it for this episode, and thank you for watching. I hope you're still enjoying this series. There's always something happening here, but you know the big thing now is at least Turkey owns the moon, which I think is a really interesting development. And yes, hope to see you next time, and have a fantastic day and weekend.